think that should be fine.
Alright.
Okay, so for viewers at home, I'm gonna have a little red flag counter at the bottom of the screen so you can see how many red flags there are that like I just kind of ignored. So I got in my relationship with my ex Phoebe around like mid 2020. And when we started dating, everything was chill. First red flag. This long distance relationship, by the way, over Discord. First red flag is that she used to break up with me for like pretend to break up with me as a joke, which is just kind of like, you know, a little bit of a red flag immediately. Like, you know, like that's not that funny. Like, why would you say that kind of shit? Oh yeah, almost forgot. We got a guest star. Do you care if I use your real name?
Hi y'all, it's Therapeutic Ty. How are y'all?
Nah. Yeah, I got my coworker Ty here on the show. So getting back on track. Yeah, she used to pretend to break up with me because she thought it was funny, but like, you know, it's not that funny. Like, how would you feel if, like, you know, your boyfriend just be like, haha, I'm pretending to ruin our love. Isn't that a great joke? That's a knee slapper.
Yeah, that's weird.
So then, this is like early 2022. So I didn't have so in 2021, I didn't have like a phone for that like entire part of that year because it got taken away for, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, bro.
Oh my god, my brain!
It just got taken away.
It just got taken away. So I didn't have a way to contact her really that much. I mean, I was using this like shitty like Amazon Alexa, bruh,
Oh, wow.
and then like going on Google on that and then typing in Discord so I could do that shit, and it just like wasn't working that much. But I go to rehab, and this is like late 2021, early 2022, and so with rehab, it's a stage up process. There's like 3 stages, and when you get to stage 3, you can call like, you know, loved ones and shit like that. So you only get to try once a week to stage up, and I'm trying, like, at first I'm just like, bro, just let me call my girl, bro, she's gonna be like missing me so much, and they wouldn't let me do it. So I worked like my ass off for like 3 months to stage up to get to stage 3, and then I call her and she's like so excited, happy to hear me and shit like that, and she's making jokes again like, oh, I'm dating somebody else now, and I'm like, alright, I don't know why you would do that. And then I'm about to call her the next day, and I'm just like, I can take a hint. She fucking left me for somebody else. So I call her, and I tell her, like, you left me for somebody else, didn't you? And she's like, oh yeah, I left for this guy, Elijah. And I'm just like, I'm
Damn.
like broken. Like, this is the first time we've broken up, and I'm like, I for the next week, like, I staged down. Like, I just sat around and didn't do much. Because, like, when I was in rehab, the reason why I started going in on the program is because I didn't really give a shit about myself at the time. I started going in on the program because I was like, oh, what if I meet up with her and she doesn't like the kind of, like, sad, depressed person that I am? So to, like, finally call her and found out that she left me for somebody else, like, fucking ruined me. Like, I was planning on AWOL, and, like, I have no reason to try anymore. I'm just gonna run. But I was like, that's fucking it, I guess. And then I get out of rehab, right? And I get my phone back, and I hop on Discord, and she's like sending me messages like, hey, why didn't you try to call me again? And I'm like, why would I?
Yeah.
Like, aren't we done? Like, what's the point in that? And then I go to Florida. I'm on vacation. It's like a week later, and I got my phone back so I can talk to her more. And she broke up with this dude Elijah, who she was going out with. And I was like, hey, do you want to get back together? Because I got my phone back. I can text you like a lot more now. And she's like, yeah. And so we're chilling for a bit, and then it's her birthday, right? And I just turned 18, and what I thought is that she's turning 16, right? But apparently when we first met, she lied about her age to seem like cool, because like she was hanging out with people a little older. And I was like, okay, she's turning 15. That's like, you know, all right, I guess. Like, I think, in my opinion, 3 years isn't that bad. And I know there's a lot of people who are probably watching right now who disagree with me, and I've met some of y'all, and y'all are crazy fucking people, bro. But honestly, I think 3 years is not that bad. So, I'm dealing with that, and then I don't know where I got this from. I just got some wrong information, and I thought she was turning 14 that year, which was, and I have to note again, wrong information, right? So I thought she was turning 14, and I broke it off, because I'm like, that's 4 years, I cannot do that shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm at the pool, right, hanging out with people, and there are these two girls that kind of just invited themselves into my friend group, and so they got that information, right? And so then they start spreading it around, and they go down in age, and they start telling people, oh yeah, Harry's dating a 13-year-old girl, trying to make me out to be some sort of pedophile. And I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Y'all trying to fight? Like, for real, bro? Goodness. And so and so nothing really happens with that for like the rest of the year. And then this is like, I don't know when this started, but I think it started around the same time that we broke up. But Phoebe started fucking this dude named Alex. And hey, we're broken up. It doesn't matter. I don't have any reason to care who you fucking. But the problem is that Phoebe at the time is 15. Alex is 19.
Oh, wow.
Alex is a year older than me, bruh. And the age of consent in Oklahoma is 16, making that shit statutory rape. And I don't think she understands, and maybe she does, but I don't think she really cares.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's a big red flag.
I know, that's another red flag, bro. And I'm like, and I thought it was like a one-time thing. I was like, all right, that was weird as fuck, but hey, whatever. So I find out that she like actually wasn't 14. So we get back together. This is like, I want to say August, maybe like November. So we get back together, and I'm chilling on Discord with my friends, right? And they find out my girlfriend's 15, and like I wasn't hiding it or anything. I just wasn't going around like, hey, I'm dating a 15-year-old. Everybody, look at this.
Yeah.
And this is when I found out that some people really did not fuck with the 3-year age gap. Cause people like went off on me. Like I felt so betrayed. Like my friends like kicked me out of the server and shit. I got people like, you know, sending me death threats, sending me like creepy faces with like my full name and shit like that. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like people are like saying awful shit. Like this one girl, Amy, like she's like actually like mentally insane. She was like, my younger brother, who was like really like crazy at the time, got taken away recently, and she's saying shit like, oh, I hope your brother like slams your head into the wall and shit like that, like your life's fucking over. And I'm just like, no, I'm blocking you, I'm done with that. Like I'm gonna be chill on the inside, but on the outside I'm scared as shit. Like that's not something that you just say. And I think like all the accusations were starting to get to Phoebe too, because she starts calling me a pedophile too, and I'm like, what the fuck? And each time she would say that, I just ask one question. I'd be like, how's Alex doing, by the way? Because clearly age for you is not like a problem for you at all, because you fucking niggas older than me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude. So I gotta deal with all of this, and then this is around the time too that Phoebe really starts showing like abusive tendencies as well. Like, she, like, gets mad at me super easily. She's, like, you know, manipulating me for shit. She's, like, not being there for me when I need her. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck am I doing this for? So, she breaks up with me. And then comes the night. Oh, my God. So, I was at... I made a video about this earlier. It's my, I forget what it's fucking called. I'll put it up. But I'm at the Chinese buffet with my dad, right? And so I text Phoebe because we're still, I guess, quote unquote chill, and Alex picks up the phone, and I didn't I didn't call her. It was texting, and I was like, yo, try to talk to Phoebe. Who is this? And he's like, oh, it's Alex. And I'm like, oh, I already know who the fuck this nigga is. And I was like, can I talk to her? And he was like, she's busy right now. And I was like, busy what, bro? It's just none of your concern, bro. Get the fuck out of my girl's DMs, bro. And I was like, she is not your girl. She may not be mine at the time, bro, but she is definitely not your girl. And then he starts going off about my dick size, and I'm like,
oh my goodness,
how old are you, bro? Like, shit, maybe Phoebe's the pedophile, because you're acting like a fucking 5-year-old right now. Like, the fuck? And that made me so upset. to witness somebody who I cared about being statutorily raped through text, and I can't do anything about it, and the guy's talking mad shit. And I was like, my dad's driving me home. I was like, Dad, let me pull over here. Let me just like run the rest of the way because I need to like burn off some like energy. And I was furious. I made a video about it like the morning after. And then I started working here, and Phoebe's like, oh, I got like a boyfriend now. And I'm just like, all right, well, you're being like pretty abusive. We're not dating. I have no reason to be in your life anymore. So I tell her, like, hey, that's cool, good for you. Stay safe, stay happy. I'm gonna piss off. And she's like, what? You're like one of my best friends. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if the way how you treat me is being your best friend, then I honestly want to be your worst enemy. Cause she's like, oh, you gotta call me, let's talk about it. I'm like, no, I'm at work. She's like, oh, please, you gotta talk about it. I'm like, I'm at work. We will talk about it later. So I go home, I go for a walk, and I talk to her, and I just unleashed everything I wanted to say. Like, all the like shit about like being abusive, having sex with Alex, and I'm just like going off on her. And she's crying and shit. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I always get people to leave me in life because I'm such a piece of shit. And I'm just like, okay, here's the thing. I don't really blame her herself for most of the stuff she's like, and how she is. I blame her environment because she grew up like in the ghetto, like, you know, shootings and everything, terrible abusive parents and shit like that. So I don't necessarily blame her. I blame the environment she grew up in.
Can I give you my opinion on that?
Yeah, sure.
I would say you don't blame the environment. I mean, I grew up in like a rough neighborhood, and that doesn't mean because I grew up in a rough neighborhood, I'm not shit. That don't mean I'm sucking other guys' dick while I have another boyfriend. That don't mean I'm lying about my age. So it's not really the environment, it's her.
True.
And that's what you have to admit. She's a fucked up person.
Yeah, and like I said in a previous video, she legit has like the $7.99 bundle when it comes to like mental health issues, like depression, anger issues, schizophrenia, vertigo, like all of this shit. So, like, I'm a very caring person. My entire time I've been for her, I've done nothing but care for her, make sure she's okay. Even if I'm not feeling that well, I'm always making sure that she's doing all right. And where was I? So yeah, she said this is okay. So this is we got back together like 2 days before her birthday. I just went all out on her birthday party. Like, I got her everything she wanted, bro. I got her gifts and shit. I did like a cover of a song for her. And it's going good. Like, we got back together. I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth. And this is right before our final showcase. She like a week before, and she's like, hey, I need like a mental break from social media. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And she's like, okay, I'm blocking you and I'm deleting Discord. And I'm just like, if you're deleting Discord, why do you need to block me with the double security, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so like at first I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna break up with me. And she's like, I'm not gonna get up with you. I promise. Like, everything's gonna be okay. 3 days. I was scrolling through Discord. Her PFP changes, and I'm just like,
what does that mean?
Her profile picture. And I'm just like, how the fuck is your profile picture changing if you're off of Discord, bro? So I took a screenshot, I sent it on Snap, because she was like, oh yeah, you can still text me on Snap sometimes if you want to. And she just goes off on me, being like, oh, you're so clingy, bro, I'm breaking up with you, I'm tired of your clingy ass. And I'm just like, well, there that goes. Like, damn. 2 days before the showcase that she wanted to, like, she said I could FaceTime her for and shit, and she promised that we wouldn't break up, and I'm just like, oh, cool. There goes that. And I still got, like, 2 birthday presents that are coming in the mail for her, right? So I sent her a screenshot saying when it's gonna come, because she likes to know that stuff, because people steal packages. And I'm just like, I don't say anything else. I just send her the information that, here's the time it's coming, because I know you're probably going to ask for it. And she goes off on me again. She's like, leave me the fuck alone. Damn, I can't even have a week off. And I'm like, bitch, you would have wanted to know this information, like, whether you're mad or not. So it's after the showcase, right? And we're all at Mixed. We're having some drinks. And she starts texting my phone, right? And so I want to pick it up, and my buddy Mac, he's like, no, Harry, you're having a good time, don't even pick it up. And you're like, you're right. And then I get home, right? And now she's asking me, hey, well, what time is it coming again? I want to know. And I'm just like, I just ignore her. I'm like, I'm so flabbergasted. I'm done with that. How the fuck are you going to get mad at me for giving you that information and then you ask for it back?
That's crazy.
And then it's the next morning. And you're not going to believe this, right? You're not going to believe this. It's the next morning and she's asking me for money. And I'm like, what? I start laughing so hard. And it was for a good cause. Her mom.
Did you give it to her?
We'll get to that.
Come on, bro.
We'll get to that.
Come on, bro.
So it was for a good cause. Her mom was in the hospital, and like I'm willing to help out. So it was like some weird transactions shit.
How much?
100.
Harry.
Hey, hold on. So,
Bro.
I sent it right. It was some weird transaction shit. She didn't get the money. It's gonna come back to me in a bit. But I'm just like, all right, whatever. And so.
She's using you, bro, because she know you'll do it.
Perhaps. So, it's after that, we're still, like, just talking, right? And then this is, like, I think, like, a month ago. She starts, like, flirting with me and shit. She's, like, saying, oh, my God, why'd I ever break up with you and shit? And we were talking about something, and she literally called me her boyfriend, right?
Oh, wow.
So, at that point, I don't think I'm in the wrong to assume that, like, we're back together, or at the very least, she wants to get back together. So, I'm talking with her, and she asked me, hey, are we dating? And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to be. And she's like, I wouldn't. And I'm just like...
Bro, she not shit.
Dude, I was so just, like, broken and furious. Like... And then she starts going off on me about, like, oh, why would you think we're dating and shit like that? And I'm just like, why would I not? You literally called me your boyfriend. If that doesn't mean something, I don't know what does.
So tell me this. When is the last time you spoke to her?
Last time I spoke to her directly, I want to say like a month ago.
Okay.
And then, like, I hang up, and I'm furious. I'm like smashing glass. I barcoded a bit. And then, so I block her on everything, right? I send her, like, my, like, last information, my final, like, message saying goodbye to her, and a list of stuff she needs to work on. And then I forgot to block her phone number.
Damn.
So it's, like, a week and a half later, and she's on my phone, right? And she's sending stuff like, oh, I'm leaving you, I'm tired of your clingy ass, and I'm like, I left you first. Why are you trying to make it seem like this was your idea? And now she's saying shit like, oh, I wish I'd never tried to save you when you tried to kill yourself and stuff like that. And then I'm just respond, like, whenever I just responded, okay. And then her last message was, oh, I just had the best anal sex with my life, and guess with who? Alex. And I blocked her after that. But I'm so glad she said that. And here's the reason why. Is because I sent a letter to her mother. I was like, hey, Phoebe, my friendship is done with Phoebe. She was having sex with this dude. Here's all of the evidence for that. I hope
you sent it in the mail.
Yeah, I sent it in the mail. And I was like, this wasn't me trying to get back at her. This is just me witnessing a crime and feeling that it's my responsibility as a witness of that crime to do something about it. So I sent a letter to her mother. And then I don't know if it reaches her or anything. And then I'm on Discord, and my friend Lyra he sends me a screenshot, and it's Phoebe saying, "Hey, can you tell Harry to unblock me?" And I'm just like, what? And I started laughing. I'm like, I gotta call somebody, so I call her back, and I was like, Mac, you gotta look at this, bro. She's still trying to reach me. So Lyra's just like, bro, she really wants to talk to you. And I'm like, fuck that, hell no, I am done. And so then I'm like deathly curious. And I'm like, all right, she can say what she wants to say to you, and you can screenshot it and send it to me. And so Phoebe basically is saying, hey, the letter made it. And I'm like, yippee, yahoo! And she's saying, like, hey, the letter made it. Thanks for ruining me like that. I don't know if I'm gonna get, like, kicked out or hurt and shit. I really do miss you and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care. In fact, this might make me sound like a bad person, but I hope something happens to you. Because obviously verbally telling you can't do this shit didn't work. So maybe if, like, you know, they slap you around a little bit, it might stick into your head. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm so done with her, bro. And then, this is the final bit. So, remember the 2 girls that I told you about, those spreading rumors? So, this shit is still carrying over to this year. And I got people spreading rumors here and there. And I'm like, this is not an okay thing to say. Like, you're calling me the name of somebody who has sex with children. And that's not an okay thing to say. And if this information was given into the wrong hands, I could get attacked.
Yeah.
Because with an accusation like that, it's usually beat the shit out of them and then ask questions later. So, one of my friends was telling me that this gate guard at the pool.
Gate guard?
Yeah, gate guard.
Oh, gate guard.
You're wild. That this gate guard at the pool was saying, was spreading these rumors too.
Damn.
So, on Wednesday, I go down to the pool and I start going off on them. And like, I didn't threaten them. I wouldn't even say I really yelled at them. I say I raised my voice. But I basically said, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't be spreading that kind of rumors. You're a piece of shit for doing so. And I feel like I'm totally in the right for doing that. Honest to God, I feel like I'm totally in the right for doing that. And then I leave, and then I go back to the pool on Friday, and I'm trying to hang out with my friends, and it seems like they're kind of ignoring me a little bit, or like avoiding me, and I'm like, I guess kind of like the norm a little bit. And so then I'm talking to, I try to talk to 2 of my friends, and they turn around and they're like, Harry, you gotta go. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, I heard what happened with the gate guard, and yeah, dude, you took it too far. And I'm like inside, I'm just like, what the fuck do you mean I took it too far? Like, I feel like I maybe didn't even take it far enough. Like, you can't just go around spreading that kind of information and expect nothing to happen to you. But on the outside, I just kind of look at them, and I just kind of walk out. And then I get home, and I'm just like, y'all some fake-ass friends, bro.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And then one of them is like, bro, like, the pool board is, like, involved now. Like, it's out of our hands. And I'm like, involved for what? Like, nothing even happened. Like, I'm out here being like, you could consider that harassment. Like, spreading information, that kind of stuff, you could consider that harassment. And, like, people say bad shit to me all the time, but just because it's a gate guard, and suddenly it's on the board's fucking notice, bro.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I'm probably not gonna go back to the pool for, like, a fucking month. Because, I've never...
Can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim. But yeah, and then I think the head of the board sent an email to my mom saying like, oh, there's some sort of like something going on. Either you or Harry respond. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll respond. So I basically said like the whole shit of like 2 girls spreading rumors, up to like it's the gate guard did, and like that was it. I didn't get into the whole stuff with like my girlfriend and stuff because that's not their business.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten a response back. But I'm just like, dude. Friends sometimes you pissing me off. That's a video for another day, honestly. But yeah, I just wanted to get this video out because you know like how like ghosts, like a theory about ghosts is that they like the reason they stick around because they have like something that they need to take care of that they haven't yet. For me, I feel like that's how I can like move on from my ex was to send that letter, which I did, and make this video, and then I can just be done with it.
That seems valid.
Because like the main issue is like the 3-year gap that like people were coming after me for. And I'm not somebody who has like a lot of controversial opinions, I don't think. And I'd say my morals are like pretty like good, but like I truly do not think that 3 years is like that big of a deal.
So tell me this. Would you date a woman that's 3 years older?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean like yeah, because I'm like 18. When you're an adult, it doesn't matter as much. But I feel like that's really the gap of it, is that people saw that like at the time I was 18 and their mindset is, oh, adult and minor, no good. But like I've been with her for like 3 years, and it's not like I started dating her when I was 18. But I know there are probably some of y'all screaming in the comments right now, saying how I'm wrongful and shit. But like it's not that big of a deal, bro.
I get that.
And that's the thing, is that so many people think there are rules to it, and that's when there's no rules. Like when it comes to dating, there's like no laws. There's like what I like to call is a 3-year rule, is that 3 years apart or same age, it's all subjective. It's all what people's personal opinions. There are no rules. Everybody can agree that 4 years is too much.
Yeah.
Is 4 years illegal? 4 years is 4 years illegal? No, but nobody's gonna fuck with like an 18-year-old getting with a 14-year-old.
What about 10 years? An 18-year-old and a 28-year-old?
Oh, well, if it's adults, then like if they're both consenting and like nothing like shady is happening, I don't really give a shit. Unless it's like an 80-year-old and an 18-year-old. I mean, that's just your grandmother at that point, bro. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, God, English is a good language. I might try to do some more stuff like this. And thank you, Ty. I'm glad I could get you on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I've been trying to have people on, but people are busy as hell. So I was like, all right, that's it.